Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This show's Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Notification Gang, Key Talk Gang for rocking with me every single video. If you listen to my voice right now, go to hit the notification bell so you can get a notification every single time I drop a video. Anyway, so check this out, man. It looks like news has actually came out over the YBCDul. You know, I reported that he actually got killed. I believe it's like a Philly rapper, right? But he ended up getting killed. He was called like Mr. Disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful rappers, doing all type of dissing and stuff like that. But they've now captured his killer, and it turns out that his killer is a 16-year-old. And not only is he a 16-year-old, he was actually featured on ESPN as like some Olympic medalist at like a young age, right? We're gonna get into all that, but even more importantly than that, they said that the 16-year-old that actually killed YBCDul, actually they said he unalived another person either before or after that. Like within a 5-day span, he killed YBCDul, killed another person, and then attempted to kill 8 other people in a 5-day span. I don't know what in the blue hell is going on over there inside of Philly, but them boys ain't playing no type of games at all. But anyways, we are going to get into that, and then we got a couple other things to talk about, but we'll get on to that later, right? Let's actually start out with the killer of YBCDul. So I'm going to read the report, but as you can see, it says, and this is my Instagram at Key Talk Media. If you don't know about it, might as well go tap in with it because I put everything there before I put it on Instagram. Pretty much it says, actually, before I even put that on there, let me, hold up. All right, cool. It says the 16-year-old that unalived YBCDul also unalived someone else and attempted to unalive unalive 8 others in a 5-day span. Now, I'm gonna go actually read about Buddy before we even get into the comment section. I want to go read about Buddy so y'all can actually see just how like insane and critical this is, right? So, for y'all that don't know, this is Mr. Disrespectful, aka YBCDul. And this is the report of the 6-year-old that was actually charged with killing him. He's a West Philly gang leader also, right? So let's get into the report. A 16-year-old has been charged with the murder of high-profile killing of a West Philadelphia gang leader and rapper. One of the 2 killings, 3 shootings, police say he committed across North Philadelphia last month. Aideen Waters, who officials said is affiliated with the street group based out. Oh, so Aideen Waters, that must. Oh no, that's actually YBCDul. That's not the killer name. Who officials said is affiliated with a street group based out of Olney section of the city, is accused of killing 2 people. Oh, that is the killer name, Aideen Waters. Is accused of killing 2 people and attempting to seriously injure and kill 8 others within just 5 days in August, according to the court records, right? Among those, police say he killed Abdul Vicks. Now, Abdul Vicks, that's YBCDul, a 25-year-old rapper and the head of the West Philadelphia-based gang known as Young Bag Chasers, or YBC. Vicks, better known as YBCDul, was killed in a drive-by shooting in Only on August 23rd. Police said Vicks had just picked up a friend and was driving down a 5500 block of North Farewell Hill Street around 3:30 p.m. as he slowed at the stoplight. A white car, which police said had been following Vicks for a few minutes, drove up alongside him, and 2 passengers fired multiple rounds into the vehicle before speeding off. If y'all haven't seen that video of the drive-by happening, it's literally circulating everywhere. Like it's terrible. Like, they hop outside the car, get the shooting, hop back inside the car, and end up taking off, right? So let's continue. It says Vicks was struck multiple times in the chest and hand. His friend, in a panic, drove back to his house on North 6th Street, and then they didn't even take Buddy to the hospital. They drove him back while he shot up. They ain't called the 12 or nothing. These are the rules of the streets. You ain't never supposed to call 12, never supposed to call 911. The rules of the streets really get people killed too, because maybe if they would have called, the ambulance, he probably potentially could have been saved. But hey, man, that's neither here nor there, right? It says, with the help of his uncle, rushed Vicks to Einstein Medical Center. He died just before 4 p.m. That's insane. They should have called the ambulance, right? It says, how did they link Waters to Vicks' killing, right? Waters, of course, is the killer, right? The 16-year-old killer. It says, surveillance footage, fingertips, ballistic evidence, and jail calls prove crucial in identifying suspects according to the affidavit of probable cause for Waters' arrest. Listen, bro, bro, okay. Listen, bro. With all the killings that goes on, the lack of education literally shows because there is no way that jail calls should be a reason why you get caught up with killing somebody. Because the lady literally says, "We're recording your call, so anything you say, we're recording it. So don't say nothing crazy." But the killers, all of the killers, be actually talking on the jail calls. Actually, it's to the point now to where the killers that are rappers will rap about the killings on the actual jail phones. Like, it's insane. Like, y'all have no clue how insane this stuff is these days. It's absolutely insane. It's the most self-snitching era that we've ever had inside of hip hop ever. Literally. Anyway, so it continues and it says, the night Vix was killed, police said they recovered the shooter's getaway car on a 6900 block of North 5th Street. The car, which had been stolen in Cheltenham a week earlier, had been burned, but detectives recovered ballistic evidence inside as well as a series of fingerprints along the doors. They got the fingerprint. Come on now, bro. You know, if you're going to go slide and kill, you got to wear the blue or the black gloves for when you know, somebody touch on things. That way you don't get caught with that, right? Anyway, let's get back to it. So it continues and it says, detectives also recovered footage of the getaway car and tracked it to a rear alleyway of a house on the 1700 block of 68th Street where Waters lived. Oh my God. Bro done drove the getaway car to his own. The car that he killed Buddy in, he done drove the car to his own crib, knowing that there's literally cameras all around all the cities, especially inside the hoods, because I'm imagining Buddy live in a hood somewhere. There's cameras everywhere, so they can easily just track the car. Like, and he drove it back to his own house. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Anyways, it continues and it says, where Waters lives, according to the affidavit, video shows a young man police believe to be Waters get out of the car and attempt to cover his face before going inside the home. Investigators are still working to identify the two other people they believe were involved in Vic's killing. So now, since there's two other people involved in the killing, the Vic's guy who did the killing, or the Waters guy who did the killing, he got to stay silent. We got to see how silent he's going to be. I mean, the thing is, the good news is he's 16, just like he's underage, just like Pop Smoke's killer, right? And Pop Smoke killer was able to get out. Now, the key to getting people to do killings for you is to get somebody younger to do it that's under 18, that's a minor, because more than likely they'll be able to get out. You know how it goes. The record clears at the age of 18, all this other stuff like that. So, you know, you get them to do the killings, and they're getting done to do the killings because they're minors, right? And they don't get as much trouble as like someone who's an adult. Anyways, let's get back to the story. It says Waters' alleged crime spree. Now this should talk about all the people that he tried to unalive, right? It says Waters' crime spree began about a week earlier, according to the affidavit, when he paid a friend $100 to steal a car for him in Cheltenham. The car, the white Kia Sportage, was later used as a getaway car, a gunpoint robbery outside a live casino on August 17th. So Buddy immediately got to it, right? Got the getaway car, robbed somebody at the casino August 17th. And then days later, in the killing of Vix, so literally a couple days later, he went and killed YBCDul. According to the documents, the two other shooting Waters has been charged with unfolded in this way. So these are the two other shootings that he actually did, right? Around 9:50 p.m. on August 18th, he opened fire on two people on a 500 block of Center Street in Lawrence. A 43-year-old man was struck in the abdomen and a 14-year-old was shot in the leg. Both survived. Then just hours later, 2:30 a.m. on August 19th, police said Waters, with at least one other person, fired more than a dozen rounds into a car full of teens on a 200 block of East. This dude right here is a certified spinner. This is the dude that you want. If you in the gang, this is the nigga you want on your team, right? And not only that, I'm gonna show y'all something later that's even more shocking as well, right? On why you want this dude on your team if you're a gang and you need a shooter, right? He gonna spin and spin and spin till he dizzy, literally, right? Continues and it says, two 16-year-olds were shot, including Marquise Sanders, who was struck in the head and killed. So that's the other person that he actually killed, right? And this is all in a 5-day span. Around 4 a.m., police recovered the shooter's getaway car, this is another getaway car he had, Hyundai Sonata on a 6500 block of North 10th Street. Investigators were able to determine that a cell phone had connected to the car. Oh, my God. Listen, bro. These niggas done in a car ready to go kill somebody, but they had to connect the phone to the car. You know why? Because they had to listen to some of the rap music. Who knows they listen to? Maybe they listen to some Pooh Shiesty. Maybe they listen to some, who knows, Chief Keef, old Chief Keef or something like that. I don't know. But they, oh, this is Philly. They probably bumping some Meek. You know what I'm talking about? Or maybe they bopping some YBC Duel because they're going to go kill him because it's demented and twisted, right? Maybe they're listening to the guy that they're going to go kill just to hype them up to actually go and kill him, right? But anyways, the phone that they're using that they had with them to go kill somebody end up accidentally connecting to the Bluetooth of the car. And that was evidence, right? It says it's a cell phone and connected to the car and downloaded the data associated with the phone, said Assistant District Attorney Sidney Pope, who is prosecuting the case. In that way, Pope said they discovered a series of video calls between Waters and friends who were in jail. During the calls on August 20th, Waters discussed a series of crimes using code words like scrimmage to describe the shooting and slam dunk to reference a homicide as if it were a basketball game, according to the affidavit. There were two different scrimmages in one day. So they had two different scrimmages in one day. If you know what scrimmages mean, shootouts, right? Waters told his friends, according to the affidavit, one slam dunk, so one person killed and one went in and out. For those crimes, Waters has been charged with murder, arson, causing catastrophe, conspiracy, and gun crimes. He also faces 8 counts of attempted murder. Oh my God. For the 3 people who were shot and survived, and 4 other teens who were in the car during the Duncannon street shooting but were not shot. 2 guns in Waters' home. Oh my, now they done found guns on Buddy's home. It says police searched Waters' home on August 31st and recovered the 2 guns, according to the affidavit. On Waters' bed, police found a 10mm gun with a red switch. Got that switchy. And listen, bro, you know it ain't no killings happen without the switchy. The switch is probably the most popular thing in the streets. I don't know since when, but it's definitely the most popular thing inside of the streets right now, right? It continues and it says, an attach that turns gun into an automatic weapon, as well as a laser pointer, extended magazine, and various other accessories, according to the records. In Waters' basement, police recovered a 9mm Glock that had been reported stolen, Pope said. A ballistic test of that gun, Pope said, matched the cardication found in the scene of Vic's killing and the 2 other shootings. So they done found the gun of both of the shootings, right? Assistant District Attorney William Fritz urged parents to search their kids' belongings for weapons. What's happening is abnormal, he said. Get these guns out of the house. Waters remains in custody, held without bond after being arraigned early Friday morning. And then, of course, this is no get back. I don't know. It is what it is. Why did Waters kill Vicks, right? It says, Waters is affiliated with a gang known as Fast Break. Okay, so it must be some type of Fast Break versus FBC or whatever gang that FBC or FBCDul is a part of, right? Pope said, which is a lesser-known group of teens based in the only section of the city. It looks like they're in the same city. Members are connected to and considered the little brothers of a more well-known crew, M24, affiliated with the area of Master to 4th Street and Olney. We're putting a full court press on a Fast Break, District Attorney Lowry said. So Fast Break is the other gang, right? Let's see, is there anything? Oh, a little more reading to it, right? It says, the charges came just 2 weeks after Vicks was killed, a death that shocked many. From young people who listened to his music to law. All right, this is just going to, I guess, the farewells of it all. But anyways, the guy that actually killed YBCDul, not only is he a certified Steppa spinning, talking about trying to kill 8 people after he's already killed 2 people, injuring more than like 13 people, right? Not only that, but this dude actually was featured on the cover. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the cover of ESPN, because he was allegedly a really good runner. And when I say really good runner, I don't mean he running from the bullets. He one of the ones that's running to the bullets, right? I'm going to show y'all the picture of him when he was featured on the cover of ESPN. Boom! Look at that, buddy, right there on the cover of ESPN, right? It says, the 16-year-old who was accused of killing YBCDul was reportedly featured on the cover of ESPN magazine at the age of 7 for being a national champion. So it's not like Buddy didn't have no potential to do nothing inside of life. More than likely, it's just that the streets got caught up with him, or he got in the streets and decided to just start spinning. And then the fact is this: imagine that you having a run from an Olympic gold medalist that ran like the 1200 that was super fast. It's no getting away from him, right? No getting away from him at all. He's an Olympic gold medalist that turned into a hitman killer, right? But anyways, let's go to the comment section here in just a second. And also, we got to talk about FBG Butta as well, right? I'm gonna go to the comment section. We're gonna read some of the comments about them figuring out that Buddy was the killer, pretty much, right? So the 16-year-old killer. Some people said these niggas forget the army hiring at the smooth age of 18. 2 hats and 8 touches in 5 days is almost MVP status. I'm gonna read what the people said after that. Look at all the comments. Y'all already proud of this? All right, let's skip it. It says you're 16 with 8 fitted. Obviously, fitted means like hats, right? Obviously, in the streets, like hats means like killings, right? It says only if the young and new is so much money out here and opportunities. Nigga life gone at 16. Little dude was out there laying a smackdown. Lit the serious killer and hitter on God dang, caught him lacking. Somebody put a little double emoji. Somebody put the tornado because he was definitely spinning and spinning and spinning. So the next person said, y'all young need to stop being sloppy if folks that will off you without touching you. And then, of course, the next one says, walking creature. Somebody says, sheesh, young nigga Hall of Fame. So they're pretty much saying that Buddy gonna be inside the Hall of Fame, pretty much of the young niggas that's out here killing. I mean, he definitely deserved that spot though, cause what he done did, bro, it ain't no like what in the blue hell is going on. Anyways, next we gotta talk about FBG Butta. So FBG Butta, he was actually arrested. He went on a chase with the police. Not only did he go on a chase with police, he went on a car chase, and then he went on a foot chase with him. They ended up catching him, and now he's facing 6 to 30 years because they found 2 loaded handguns, and obviously he is a felon, right? So let me see if I've got the report that I can actually read it to y'all. Give me just a second here, because the report's right here that I'm actually going to be reading, but I want to read it from the, not the notes on my phone, but the pictures in my phone, so I want to be able to see it all, right? Just a second here. All right, so I'm going to read what it says, right? It says, court gained state's motion to deny pretrial release for Chicago convicted felon charged with the possession of 2 handguns. So pretty much, Buddy tried to get some sort of release. They denied his release. They said, no, 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 no. You're not getting released. You actually not going nowhere at all. You know what I'm talking about? You're a convicted felon. Now, of course, a lot of people in the comments are saying, it's okay. Butter's gonna get out. He's gonna get the Italian beef and Pepsi. But we'll just have to see if he does get out. Then I mean, definitely might be some Italian beef and Pepsi going on. But let's read the story about his chase and his run. Right. So it says, DuPage County State's Attorney Robert Berlin and Hinsdale Chief Police Brian King announced today that Judge Joshua Dideen granted the state's motion to detain pretrial a Chicago convicted felon accused of possessing multiple handguns. Rakeem Walton, 28, of course, is FBG Butta, of the 4800 block of Calmina Avenue, appeared at the first appearance of court this morning, charged with 1 count of armed habitual criminal, a felony, 1 count of unlawful use of possession of a weapon by a felon, and multiple misdemeanors and petty offenses, including transportation of open alcohol by a driver. At approximately 5 a.m., a Hinsdale police officer activated their emergency lights and sirens and attempted to stop a Jeep Patriot with Ohio license plates at the Madison Street with 4th Street for improper lane usage. Hey, Buddy would have been good if he would have just switched the lanes, right? They saw him switching the lanes all crazy, knowing he's a felon, knowing he got 2 guns, knowing he got open alcohol inside of the car. He could have been good, boy. God, hey. It continues and it says, street for improper lane usage and no headlights. And how are you driving with no headlights too, right? It is alleged that the Jeep driven by Wilton failed to pull over for the officers. Of course he ain't about to pull over. Bro got a gun. You better go. It says, due to Mr. Wilton's criminal history and past felony convictions, he has lost the right to legally possess a gun, Berlin said. The allegations that Mr. Wilton, a convicted felon, was illegally in possession of 2 loaded guns in a quiet residential area near the 2 elementary schools, attempted to flee from police both in the Jeep and on feet, and he was found with an open alcohol in a vehicle, are completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated in DuPage County. Thankfully, no innocent motorists or pedestrians were injured as a result of Mr. Wilton's alleged actions. I commend the Hinsdale Police Department for their observant, proactive policing and apprehension. Right? It says, let's skip to where they say how many years he's going to be getting, right? Or what he's fighting. It says, Wilton's next court appearance is scheduled for September 30th, 2024 for arraignment in front of Judge Ann Walsh. If found guilty, Wilton faces a penalty between 6 to 30 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections. Listen, man, ain't no way in blue hell is Buddy about to be facing all them years. Well, he facing it, but he ain't about to do them years. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever it's going to take for him to, you know what I'm talking about, skip over that, he probably going to end up doing it. Now we'll be able to see if FBG Butta is in fact taking that Italian beef and Pepsi or not, right? If he end up getting charged and getting convicted and having to do all these years, he probably ain't taking that Pepsi. But if he end up getting out somehow, some way, then he might be taking that Italian beef and Pepsi. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, now let's go to the comment section and see what the people in the comments believe, right? So in the comment section, you see people saying stuff like, Lil J got a transmission waiting on him. Yeah, he got immunity. That's good. A rat deserve. I was tired of seeing a rat with a voice. Yeah, he already been working. He be home in the morning. Dang, bruh, free Butta for real, for real. Goofy. Charleston white voice. Yeah. All them niggas in Chicago cooked that they got that Italian beef on standby. He'll be on someone podcast here soon talking about how he got out on a technicality. You know, sort of somebody put the Ninja Turtle person there. Better call whack. Anyway, so hey man, listen, we went over a couple topics today. Y'all was able to see how the mind of the YBCDul killer actually works. 16-year-old was on the ESPN cover for being able to run really fast, or the 1200, whatever, you know, skills that takes on there for that. Got out of that, turned into a killer, literally tried to kill like 8 people in one night. He did kill 2 people in one night. Absolutely insane. Shot up a car full of people. We're just going to have to see how this goes, right? Buddy is definitely a certified stepper, and he most likely got a whole lot of street cred, right? Unfortunately, you can't buy a home with street cred. You can't buy real credit with street credit. You can't buy a whole lot. You can't buy nothing with street credit, actually. It's just a mental kind of thing, right? But we do know that the mental of the streets a lot of times be getting people effed off. When I say effed off, I mean dead, unalive, in jail, right? Also, FBG Butta, we'll see if Buddy's able to get out. Anyways, let me know something. Coming up below, let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.